everyone, welcome to SCB Bags. I'm Rebecca and this is my YouTube channel. Today is the 11th of May and tonight I'm taking my first flight to Milan and then tomorrow I'm going to Manchester to see Victor and Rush. And then I have a week of just traveling, going different places. I'm going to London, I'm going to see my family who lives close to London, and then I'm going to Holland to visit my cousin. And since I've been in the south of Italy and I've been going to the beach a lot, my hair color faded a lot. It used to be cherry red, but now it's like, it is still cherry red, but it's a bit faded and a bit more pink. So I thought it would be smart to re-dye it today. So I have all of the next 10 days to let it set, and when I come back I can go to the beach again, because when I dye my hair I can't really go to the beach because otherwise it's gonna be a red mess all over the ocean. I post quite a lot on TikTok, make sure you follow me on TikTok, and I posted a couple of videos where I talk about my cherry red hair because I think it's beautiful, especially in the sun. It looks so bright and it looks so pretty, and by posting a lot of videos on TikTok I got a lot of comments because a couple of them went viral. So I got a lot of comments from people that want to dye their hair cherry red. I thought it would be easier to just reply to most of them since I got a lot of questions in a YouTube video, and hopefully I can help someone else that wants to do their hair at home instead of going to a hair salon. I'm not against hair salons. I just want to say that everything I do here is because I've done it like 1,000 times. My hair story has been insane. I'm gonna talk about it while I do my hair. I've changed literally like 1,000 colors. I used to be blonde, blue hair, red hair, pink, everything. But yeah, since I've been doing it a lot, I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm not a professional, so whatever I say in this video is just what works for me, so it might not work for you. Yeah, if you want to dye your hair at home, I think red is one of the easiest color to do, because especially cherry red is quite an easy color to do on hair. If you want to do like blue, pink, whatever, purple, it's a bit more complicated, but if you do red, it's quite a basic color to do on your hair. If you're experimenting, I'd say the first color you can try is the easiest one, and it will probably turn out at least good. So let's get started. I got a lot of comments from people asking which dye I use and how to achieve my color, because especially my color, it looks really good in the sun. It's very bright red, but when you go in the dark it's kind of like brownish, and that's because I've been using this exact product, which is Garnier Nutri-Cell Color Cherry Red Dye. I don't have the box because I get it from the UK and then I use it in Italy, but I'm just gonna put a picture like over here so you're sure which one to use. I think it's the best one. I have not tried other ones, but I fell in love with this one. It's the perfect exact color. But before I turned red, my hair was like brown with a lot of blonde highlights, so it was uneven. When I've done it the first time, it was uneven. It was a mess. It was not great. I mean, it was still like a nice color, but it was more like orangey than cherry red, which is what I wanted. The day after, I bought a brown one. I think it was this one that I used from the same exact collection, and I've mixed half of the brown one with half of the red one, and I've just put it all over my head, and it made the magic. It was perfect because it was more like brownish with red, like not highlights, but when I literally walked in the sun, I was like fire. My hair was so red and so bright. I've done it in October for the first time, and I think I've been using the red and the brown one mixed together for about 3 or 4 months. I think until January, so October, November, December, January. And then since February, I've been just using the red one because my hair got pretty even from the brown dye. So in the package, you're gonna find this one, which is the developer, and it's the A product marked with an A. And then you got the B one, which is the cream color. And what you just do is just open this one, just mix the dye. It's quite easy. It doesn't really take a lot of time, and it's not that expensive. I think it's about £8, and sometimes they do the deal where you buy 2 for 14 or something. So yeah, literally you need to be really careful with red because it stains. I'm not gonna lie, it fell on the floor a couple of times and it was so hard to remove, and you need to be really careful when you put it on your hair because it might stain your scalp. It's gonna stain your scalp. So I squeeze all of this into the A1. I don't know if you can see this, but it's already turning red. Okay, and once I'm done with all of the dye, I just shake it. You just gotta shake it for about like a minute or something, and then it mixes together. Then you can put it all over your hair. My face is a bit shit. I literally just woke up like an hour ago, and I'm doing this in the morning because I need to travel today. So I wanted to make sure my hair was pretty and organized, that everything was done. Personally, I just leave it to like set for 1 minute. In the meantime, I just brush my hair. Yeah, and then make sure you have gloves. You have no idea how many times my hair turned literally red from this, but make sure you got gloves. If you're doing it in your room like I am, make sure you have like a bean bag close to you, because then it's literally like a matter of minutes. When you finish doing this, you need to literally like rush and take the red off your face. I don't really have a way of putting color all over my head. I just look away because I have a mirror. I just want to see what I'm doing. So yeah, this is just what I normally do. If it's the first time you're doing this hair dye, you need to leave it on your head for about half an hour, I think. If you've done it before, you don't really need to leave it for half an hour. You can leave it for like 20 minutes or something, because I mean, it's still like hair dye and it's still chemical products you're putting on your hair. So if you don't really need to leave it for half an hour, don't. I got makeup remover. Shit, this might not come off like immediately. See, it does come off. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then, yeah, I think that works. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This, this is the product. So I'm gonna wait 20 minutes. My neck is a bit red, but it's fine. It's gonna go away with the shower. I've got a couple more questions that people ask me, so I'm gonna reply to that while I wait, because I need to wait 20 minutes before I wash my hair, and then I'm gonna curl it and show you guys the final result. I got the questions over here, so if I have my iPad, that's why. One of the questions is, how is it going to look after the color is going to wash down? With red, something I've seen is that it turns brighter the more you wash it. So the first time you're gonna do it and you're gonna wash your hair, it's gonna be very dark, but then the first time you wash it, it's gonna be so bright. Of course, it's gonna fade after 2 to 3 weeks if you wash your hair a lot. If you don't, it's gonna last at least a month and a half. I wash my hair 3 times a week, which is quite a lot, but I'm in the south of Italy and I go to the beach a lot, and for me it lasts about a month and a half. I think last time I've done it, it was like the 2nd week of May, and now it's the 17th of June, so let's say about 5 weeks. Of course, if you wash your hair less, it's gonna last a bit more, but it's not gonna turn orange, which is something that I like it fades into this like magenta, kind of like dark red, close to like dark pink, which is something that I like. And then when you just do the dye again, it's red again. Did you get it done, or which dye did you use? Again, I'm gonna say that the dye I've used is Nutri-Cell Color Cherry Hair Dye from Garnier. It's the best one. I'm literally in love. Garnier, if you want to send me like 1,000 of those hair dyes. Actually, I'm gonna say Garnier, I'm talking to you guys directly. I can't find the hair dye in Italy. I don't know if it's just available in London, but I cannot find it in Italy. So if you want to send it over, please do me a favor. Another question I got is, does it stain things after washing it? I want it so bad, but I'm scared everything will be red. Yes, it does. Most of my towels are red, and I need to be careful after I wash my hair to dry them completely. Otherwise, if I put like a white top, it's gonna be red. And pillowcases, if I go to bed with like wet hair, it's gonna stain my pillowcases. But I think it's completely reasonable. I used to live in London in a flat that I was renting, and I managed to never ruin the bed sheets because I was making sure my hair were like completely dry before I was going to bed. Of course, if you're gonna dye your hair, any color is gonna stain, because you know it's dye, permanent dye, or it's box dye, so it's gonna stain. But I think it's manageable. Like, you need to really be careful, but once you get the hang of it, perfect, you're fine. Did you have to bleach it for this? I have dark brown hair and I don't want to expose my hair to bleach, but I think I'll have to if I want to dye it. This is gonna sound surprising, but you don't have to bleach your hair to be red. I had blondes highlight before turning red, and I literally had to cover them up to get like an even color. You don't have to bleach. If it's dark brown, it's actually gonna be the perfect color, because if you wanna be cherry red, you need to be at least light brown. Dark brown is even better because it's gonna be even more bright when you go under the sun, but when you're like indoors, it looks brownish and it's perfect. If you have dark brown hair, you don't have to dye it. When it fades after a few days, what do you use? Do you just re-dye it, or do you use some kind of treatment? I just re-dye it personally. I was gifted by one of my friends SOS hair color red dye or something, and I've tried it, but it stains everything, and that's supposed to be healthier for your hair because I think it's without ammoniacs or something, but it was a no for me. I didn't really like it. I think it just made it pink. I just re-dyed. The Garnier's dyes are quite good, and they give you a little hair mask to do for your hair in the box. So personally, I haven't found the hair dye to like ruin my hair. I actually don't think it does ruin it. So yeah, I just personally re-dye it. Some people do hair masks, colored hair masks and treatments. If it lasts like 5 weeks or 6 weeks, you can just do it like once after like a month and a half. Then my red disappears 2 weeks after dyeing it, and it's permanent hue. Of course, if you're doing red for the first time, it's not gonna last 6 weeks. It's probably gonna last about 2-3 weeks, and it's gonna fade immediately, of course, because the hair hasn't been stained from the color. If you keep doing it, it's gonna build up, and eventually it's gonna last 6 to 7 weeks. Sometimes I regret doing red because I used to love being a blonde. I thought it would give my face such a like brighter, shinier outlook, but I decided to do red, and most people compliment my red on me and they say it looks really, really good. And personally, I really, really like it, especially when I'm going out in the sun in the summer. It just looks so bright and so pretty. I do regret it sometimes. I had those days where I'm like, I want to be a blonde again. I can't. I think if you want a color more like mine, you need to do it at least 3 or 4 times before it lasts about 6 or 7 weeks. Mine generally lasts forever, but again, I've been dyeing it since October. It's been almost a year, you know? I think it's almost time to wash it. It's almost 10:20, so I'm gonna go and wash my hair, and then I think I'm gonna style it with you guys and show you guys some products I love to use on my hair, since dyed hair are a bit more complicated to treat, and I'm just gonna show you what my favorite products are. So yeah, let's just